Good morning, guys. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Questions, ticker, throw them in the comment box, guys. We'll get to them in a second. Let everybody populate in here. Posting my report to my Discord for my people. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We'll start in about 45 seconds, folks. Questions, tickers, throw them in the comment box. Remember, I'm on YouTube as well as Instagram. Morgan, can you see my video on YouTube? For some reason, it's not showing me my video. It's always something with technology. Let me know if you can. Oh, we're good. All right, it's not showing me my video. I'm just going to finish my post here to my group, and then we'll get started. Again, I see your questions. Give me questions and tickers, and I'll answer them for you. Okay. Excellent. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Happy Monday, the 15th of December. As we roll towards year's end and the holiday season. Let's get into the report. Today, 10 a.m. home builder confidence comes out. I don't know it's going to move the market much. We had quite a bit of movement Friday downward. It spooked a lot of people. So I want you to see we had this massive drop off on Friday, and then ES is running back up. However, we rolled over to H25. Those are March contracts, so price was a 65-point bump from Z contracts. So that's the difference. You'll have to see what the underlying is at open. That's SPX. Anyway, open price 68.89. High day 69.27. Low day 68.78. Resistance at high day at 69.50. Support at low day at 68.20. The bias sitting right here at 6,900. So that's very easy. We do have VWAP support, and then we just look at this, guys. Look, see that where that green line sits? That was the primary read that occurred at 8:20, and then we got confirmed with our momentum. This is going to pay out 10 points. Yep. This, what you see right here, is my proprietary momentum system that I've built in a number of indicators that I have always watched to be successful, and now my folks in my war room get to see it just in a simple dot system. Benefit of being in my war room. Mean inversion levels, guys, is 7,000. All right, if we see that. RTY M2K, the rollover from Z to H contracts was 20 points. As you can see right here, open price 25.73, high day 25.97, low day 25.69, resistance at high day and 26.10, support at low day and 25.50. The bias is long above 28.85, and above that we have VWAP support. And we had a primary read long here back at 7:30. This thing tapped 26.05 back here. Challenging that 2600 diamond. I think we're going to challenge it again and probably fall short. But look, if you shorted that diamond, look what you got paid. I mean, that's a 30 point play. That's actually pretty good. Bodes well for my mean reversion levels. This mean reversion level is still valid to a certain degree, and certainly if we see 2700. Gold, again, if you have questions or tickers, throw them in the comment box. I'll get to them here shortly. Gold. Everybody's asking me about gold. Everybody's asking me about silver. All right, so gold, these are Z26 or G26 contracts. For XAU, the underlier, subtract 34. Open price 43.29, high day 43.84, low day 42.95, resistance at high day and 44.10, support at low day and 4,300. The bias is long above 43.61. We have the VWAP above that too. We're setting up for a new primary read. If we come in and run up, we want to, let's get that momentum indicator on there. If I can find it for you guys. I'll do it in the war room. If we see this and then a momentum shift, that's certainly going to be a buy. We want to make sure momentum is not sour as it approaches those levels, and that's the benefit of being in my war room. But we have overhead resistance at 4,400, of course. It's all-time high. The silver, made a video about silver. Let's talk about it. So silver, again, H26 contracts for XAG, guys. We went from a contango relationship at about 30 to 40 point spread. Now we're down to 4 cents. So the underlying is only 4 cents difference here, and that may head into backwardation, meaning that where spot prices outpaces silver because demand is high. All right, gold outlook. We're gonna run up to 4,400 and make a decision. That's the gold outlook. So. Anyway, range bound. If you go back and look at my video, we're range bound between 4,250 and 4,400 right now, which tightens between 4,300 and 4,400 before it makes a decision. Kind of what it did before breaking out of 4,250, right? It was kind of range bound between 4,175 and 4,250. Now we're range bound again on the next stair step level up. Okay, so silver underlying. Subtract 4 cents, open price 62.02, high day 64.13, low day 60.97, resistance at high day and 65, support at low day and 60, bias is long above 63.28, and the daily's long. Now, if you watched my video I put out this weekend before at market prices, I said it was forming a bearish flag. But I also said in the video, I did 2 videos, in the video or in the video notes, that if it breaks and holds above the all-time high anchored VWAP, that it would invalidate that bear flag. That was a very clear bear flag where we'd step down to 58. And currently, the way price is coming in, we're above that all-time high anchored VWAP. If we close above it today, it would invalidate that. So no, the fucking idiots on the internet wanted to say that I was wrong. I absolutely was not wrong. It's a very reliable formation. But I said how the formation pays, and I said how the formation invalidates. So there's absolutely no way to be wrong. One of those 2 scenarios will happen. So for you assholes in the comment section wanting to run your mouth that I'm wrong, you get the fucking education and see what you see. All right. So platinum. Let's look at platinum. So platinum open price $17.64, high day $18.28, lower day $17.39, resistance at high day in $18.50, support at lower day in $17.20, bias long above $17.90, and the daily is long. I was long on this 1700, right? With a 50 point stop loss. I wanted to run this to 1800, and this fucking candle right here, see it? Smoked me out of my position. This was a 35.1 minute candle at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last night. Just crushed me out of my position. That was insane. Clearly, I was right on the direction. Look at that. I was long in this. Saw the long swing trade, and that wick smoked me. Welcome to trading, folks. But anyway, next opportunity is just playing the system right now. I don't see any current swings. This thing has a lot of potential upward, but now I'm looking for a discount. The next primary read long is right where that green line is. 9-million name oscillators aren't even worth talking about. They're at 16. VIX is at 16. Everything's at 16, so neutral and buying right now. We'll talk about my swing trades, guys, and then we'll get into any of your questions. Tesla was running pre-market. Did you guys see that? I don't know if there was news. I didn't bother looking. 467. NVIDIA is 177. If you watch my weekend update, I'm really concerned with this one. So if you bought when we said to buy, earlier this year and you're way up in money, you need to start planning your exit. I think some catastrophic news is going to come out about that, and we're going to see 100 to 120 again. Don't ride that elevator down. All right, I put in my video. If you're in my group, I offered some ideas on stop losses. BBAI is at 642. QBTS is 2634. Bitcoin's at 89.5. And Ethereum is 3140. The party's over on those folks. I talked to my crypto expert. He also says that this bull cycle's more than likely over. We're probably going to see the bottom in Bitcoin somewhere around 59,000 and 69,000 here in the not so distant future. That doesn't bode well for Ethereum. My guess is it sees, 1,500 to 2,000 again before we ever see an upswing. So this cycle is different because of widespread adoption, but it is failing many, many key indicators. If you want to learn how to do this and see these key indicators, you can buy my course, offer money back guarantee on my course. You can join my free Discord, link in the bio, or you could be an absolute savage and take the 7-day trial to come trade the New York Open live with me. All right, let's get your guys' questions. Remember, I'm also on YouTube. Well, the coffee isn't spiking. That's funny, DeFi. Use my liquidity exit. So, all right, so let's see what questions or tickers you have. Hello from India. Glad you're on. Get a lot of followers from India. That's awesome. You guys definitely want to learn. Will silver move higher at this stage? Well, let's look. So what we see in silver right now, so let's look at XAG. Change my time frame. This candle on the daily, see the price action engulfed the entire day before on high volume, and then if you saw my video, it had the bear flag set up on the hourly, which really signals reversal. However, there's so much buying coming into this post that video and post the knowledge we had when the instrument was not moving over the weekend, right? We could only go with the information that we had at the time. If we close like this, where this is known as a BCI formation, bullish or bearish candle ignored. So this is bullish, this is bearish, saying that we're going to reverse. But then this candle states, no, we're going to ignore that one. So as of right now, if we get this strong close, it'll invalidate the bear flag that I talked about, because in one video I talked about the invalidation, and in the other video I put it in the notes. So for all the smart asses in the comments, all you got to do is read. If that happens, we will head up. Probably, I'll tell you. And of course, this is just all entertainment only. I make this shit up. I didn't actually go to school for it. I don't know what I'm talking about. There you go. Nope. If it'll let me grab it. 69. It pops again. That's how it measures. All right, so, but remember, in trade plans, you have to have two scenarios, right? Trade plan where that trade plan invalidates. See what questions you have there. Good morning, guys. If you have questions or tickers, you can throw them in the comment box before I get back to my report. Checking Instagram. I'll jump over on YouTube, check questions there. Yeah, platinum, that was ridiculous. I was 100% correct on the direction, and I would have realized more profit, but nope. A 35.1 minute. I trade platinum a lot on swings. I haven't seen that in a long time. Gold intraday buy. So we're talking about the underlying, right? So what you have to watch is currently the next buy is about 43.37. You're going to want to get a turn and a recross of that VWAP. If this price drops, that will lower this probably near the VWAP. So let it sell off right now into a discount, and we'll look to buy it in the war room. Right now, guys, it's range bound. I said this in my video. Look at this. We're going to be range bound. I don't have the same chart on this one. Where's 42? There's its range. Okay, we're going to probably at some point test the upper limits of this, pull back. We're going to probably do this a couple times before it makes a decision. However, if it runs that's the data. So if it runs from 42.27 to 4,400, I mean, that's 130 points of movement that you can catch some intraday. But on a swing trade, it's going to, did you see how it did the same thing to us as we waited for this breakout right here? You're going to see that same thing occur right here. It's got to make a decision. So, all right, that's what I'm looking at in that. But I'm an intraday trader on it, so I don't care about where it moves on the swing. All right, let's go over to YouTube, see what questions we have over there. Coffee's not spicy. It's just funny. Listen to the smartasses tell me I don't know my own education in the chat. Oh, you're wrong. Yeah. Again, just read the comments and then I'll get back to my report. All right, let's get back to it. So, guys, when I do my pre-market volume leaders, all right, I usually take the time and look at the top 20, and then in the top 20, I see some other questions, guys. I'll answer them in a second. In the top 20, I looked at WOK, W-O-K, OCG, MASK, MIST, IMG, AMCI. Looked at all these, analyzed all of them. Nothing provided a trading plan. So today, I have no pre-market volume leader. I'm only going to trade what the market gives us, and never met my qualification. That you can join my war room to trade and learn with me. How is Wednesday and Thursday lined up for gold with CPI and unemployment news? If it suggests that inflation is sticky, I would think. You know what? I'll leave that question to a fundamentalist. I hate guessing the direction of metals, honestly. I prefer to trade the reaction. We know that metals like interest rate cuts, but if inflation is still sticky, they're not going to cut interest rates anymore. So to me, that would suggest that they could drop, but there's other forces at work in metals. So anyway, all right, guys, I got to head off to my trading war room. I'll be back here tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Make sure you go to my profile, you select the bell, you go to the lives, and you say get all alerts for when I'm live. So it tells you when I'm on, right? Go to my profile, click the bell, go to lives, and select. If you want to see my content when I put it out, I don't put it out that often. You can make sure you see all that too. That would be important. All right, guys, have a good day. Hit up my free Discord. See you tomorrow.